1, 2, 3, 4. Pressing all the air from my lungs. Have you ever once felt that what you're doing is wrong? How you really making me
Mike will close the store for good at 10 o'clock tonight.
And the worst part,
Timmons says his lease is up in 6 weeks, but he...
some kids call us toxic, but I know that they are wrong. If what we thought was toxic would I have stayed here for so long? I'm devoted. At least that's what my heart tells me.
More and more people are using internet, so we can't deny that the digital media market will be expanding and expanding.
Like any industry, if you stop getting new people buying cars or whatever, you're going to have a drop off in the market, and that's what happened with the automobile, for example. The horse industry died.
If you're trying to make a living out of music and you think it's going to be in album sales, then I think you're horribly mistaken.
It's not a way to make a living. Teaching, see, that's why I got into teaching, right? You got those few artists that are making a lot of money, but people making the real money are the suits that are in the back room.
And you can sell CDs, but you could also be like, hey, this is available on Facebook, download it for free, fuck it,
My name is Mackenzie James Hand, and I play in a solo project called As an Art Form. To record my music, I figured I've been through the recording process, I've been in touring bands before, and it's a lot of money, it's time consuming. You find yourself miserable through the process sometimes, and realizing that, I can do what I do on my own, I can play all different instruments. I went out and bought myself a condenser mic and torrented Adobe Audition and, play all the instruments on my tracks. I layer everything and mix it myself, and, the process is entirely all me. And, it's pretty neat that I could have done that without having to spend a lot of money.
Dane Winkler, I play drums for Lovesick Nomads. Yeah, originally we had 8-track recorders, which was digital, so we would, first the drum track is recorded, I listened to a scrap guitar track from my guitarist, either my brother or my friend Dan. Their track doesn't get recorded, so it all starts with the drums, and then it's guitar layers over that, and then we layer singing and stuff like that, and then the CD actually comes directly out of the machine. So after that, every time we've released an album, we've released 3 so far, we get it mastered, so we send it into a sound technician and we sit down with them for a session and listen to it back and forth, and listen to them so many times you get real sick of all your songs, and then he kind of makes it more clear and does things that we don't know how to do. And then for the last one, we sent it to a printing company in Texas because that was the cheapest place that we found. So we had, a booklet with album art and lyrics, and the CD had a print on it, and there was a print on the back, and it was shrink wrapped and had a barcode so it could be sent to stores and things like that. And we got, I think, 5,000 made. We still have a lot of them. So we actually never got to get into any stores for retail, which we planned on doing, but.
Just so happens I just put out a brand new album. It's coming out like this week or next week. For me, it took thousands of dollars and 8 months of rehearsing and doing studio stuff, and then production, and then doing the album cover. It's not an easy task, really. It's expensive and it's time consuming, but it's worth it, hopefully, in the end. When I invested in this new CD, it'll probably 3, 4, 5 years. I might get my money back, maybe, or something. But then you have a raise in your reputation and people knowing you and stuff. So that's kind of the profit.
I've been playing music for a long time, and I gotta say, like, whether you're in a punk rock band making a bunch of angry teenagers butt heads, or if you're doing what we're doing and just trying to get people to dance, like when you get the reaction from the crowd that you desire, there is no feeling that beats that. That's hands down one of the greatest things in the world. I mean, I think a lot of production goes into creating music. It's not easy. I mean, it takes days to do one track most of the time. I think people deserve to get paid for the effort they make, especially if they're providing something that makes you happy. Eventually, nobody's going to make money to make music nearly like you know, Britney Spears or whatever. I think that's going to be eliminated because you can get anything you want for free on the internet, and there's no way to stop that. Technology is created to make things easier, so upgrading the technology we already have to make music is probably going to make the music easier. I wonder what Mozart would do with this technology,
I've created pages for, you know, my music where people can go and find it. If they can go and find it. I mean, internet's a pretty big place.
I'm on Facebook every day. When I have gigs, I always put them on Facebook. I even have my little record, CD Baby record, buy my CD, push button link on Facebook. So I mean, you know, when in Rome.
You know, we got the Facebook thing, and you can message like, I don't know, thousands of people at once, like check out our music, and some of them will do it.
And I think musicians share that same problem that they've always had, is that you have to find a way to be heard and stand out above everybody else in the industry.
For the garage band, those underground bands, the digital media internet, I can say the internet will provide a great opportunity to promote their products.
Finding it online is great and everything, but because so many people are doing it, you really run into the problem of oversaturation.
There's so much stuff out there. Maybe that'll be the next billionaire will be the guy that can figure out how you can find pull the good stuff out of the dross. You know, it's just, you got this, you know, endless amount of digital sounds out there that to find the good stuff, that might be the trick, you know.
Now they're making ways to filter all the nonsense out, you know, so it is oversaturated, but it's easy to find what you want because it's oversaturated, you know what I mean? Pandora is great. I have picked up a whole bunch of new music through Pandora.
If I like somebody, chances are I'm going to like the other songs on that album.
Yeah.
So I'm more likely to go to like the store and buy a CD or...
Oh, I'm not.
whatever.
I illegally download all the time.
Really?
I'm broke as hell. So
The process of downloading your music for free is an infringement on the rights of the people who are creating it.
As far as stopping downloading, it's not going to happen because, I mean, they've been trying to do that for forever.
You cannot avoid, you know, sharing or downloading MP3 files from the web, because that's so common in these days. If you don't pay that and if you just share that, those, you know, I mean, those good bands or musicians cannot survive. Then the music industry will die off.
It's hard to spend money on that type of thing when it's just as easy or easier to, you know, find a download link.
Oh, as far as selling stuff, digital media has totally kicked it right in the nuts. It's just, why would I spend?
Why is everybody gonna buy it? When
Why would I
just get it
spend
for free?
$20 of my boozing money when I could just go and get it online for free?
You know, we've progressed that to the point where everything can be downloaded, and non-corporate record stores, things like that, they're going to be disappearing.
Vinyl is making a comeback, but not nearly enough to offset sales lost to the internet. Though customers do pay online, many are still getting songs for free.
Perception of the store may be that we've been here a long time, we're always going to be here. The reality is business has not been what we need to stay alive.
I wish Peacock's music was still in town. That was like awesome. You go there after work and get a fucking CD every week.
He had a really good selection too of like just stuff that you didn't find anywhere else.
the ease of getting something through your computer has basically stopped people from coming into the record store. If you lose the new blood in any industry, you're just not going to survive. And that's what was happening. I had my regular core of customers who were very loyal, and they kept coming in. I would see them on new release day every week. But I was failing to see the 7th graders, 8th graders, or whenever it is that people start buying their music. They were simply not coming in. They were just spending all of their time online. And slowly, over the course of maybe 4 years or so, I saw a gentle slope going down. And I knew that the end was fairly close. I weighed all the possibilities, and one of them was, do I want a diverse and get into knickknacks, body jewelry, all of that other kind of stuff that a lot of other stores have gone into. And my interest really lay in music. And I think I just want to make it clear that, you know, a lot of people think that I'm bitter or angry about the end of my store and everything, but I'm thrilled. You know, I came into it and I went through the transition from vinyl to 8-track to cassette and then CD, and then now it's gone into MP3. So I feel very fortunate that I got to see that transition and be a big part of it.
Yeah, it's evolving. People like digital media, especially non-musicians. It's, you know, it's becoming like a DIY world with music, and I'm hoping that the internet really does change it for the better. I mean, every musician in the future might be just doing it as a hobby and not as a career anymore.
It's, you know, hard to predict the future. But like there will be a lot of lawsuits and legal case to protect the copyright issues in the future.
I think the future of digital media is people using it more discriminately and using it in, you know, artistically, not just cludging a bunch of stuff together and then throwing out a CD. You know what I mean?
Well, it's funny. I think it was Van Morrison or someone said that he pretty much predicted exactly what's going to happen. That's happening now. Just that performers are going to eventually die out, and then it's going to be one person with all the instruments automated.
I don't think it's changed the bottom line as far as how people are getting discovered. You know, you're getting discovered electronically or you're getting discovered in person. And I think that's the commonality between the two mediums.